You're listening to Spainfully Honest, the podcast where me, Paul,
and me, Catherine, talk about what it's really like living in Spain.
Each week we'll share stories, tips and honest conversations about daily life here in Spain. The good, the bad, and everything in between.
Whether you live in Spain or you're thinking about moving or you just want to know a little bit more, you're in the right place.
So grab a coffee, get comfy, and let's get Spainfully Honest!
Hello and welcome to episode 37. All about St. Patrick's Day in Spain.
Yeah.
Why are we doing St. Patrick's Day in Spain? Well, because I'm Irish and everyone wants to be Irish. I'm not really.
They do. I become Irish. When the rugby's on, I become Irish. Yeah.
Yeah, my dad told me you had your Irish jersey.
Irish jersey. Yeah. Yeah, I was with your dad and another friend of ours. It was a one good game, that one.
No, not for my dad anyway.
But then the ones since then have been a lot better. I haven't with your dad for them.
Yeah, he put the moppers on.
I know.
But really, Spain know how to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. So we're going to talk about kind of some of the best and the biggest ways you can celebrate St. Patrick's Day in Spain.
Yeah, because it's just, when this comes out, it'll be next week.
The week before, yeah. But a lot of this, as you'll see as we go through it, a lot of celebrations start today, the day this comes out.
Right. There you go. So you've got to watch it today. Get your notepad out, ready.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Hey, before we get started, how was your week?
It was all right. Was it? Can't remember.
You said it was a bit of a complicated week.
Yeah, it's complicated. Yeah, well, I sold the apartment last week. It went through. That was good. So that was great. And they were the first person that saw it.
Oh, brilliant.
And they liked it, bought it, loved it. So that was good. And then what about saying about the weather?
Yeah.
The weather has changed.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's during the day now. It feels nice.
Hot in the sun.
Good. Still a bit cold at night.
Yes. Yeah.
And cold in the house. I've noticed it a few times this week that I've got one of those thermometers that has an inside and an outside. It's like 2 or 3 degrees less inside than outside.
You can feel it.
So once I then get to a point where I'm the doors, it's nice to have them open. It's changed. It's been shut for so long. Man, today, gorgeous today.
Glorious. Very nice.
Yeah, what else? Oh, then I've been answering Facebooks, really, because we put a couple of messages on Facebook and they went mad.
Yeah.
Absolutely mad. So we're not going to give too much information away, but we're going to perhaps create an episode on what people like about Spain and what things. Yeah.
And they've given some good information about like what places people like and why, which would probably be the most interesting for people listening moving to Spain as well. Like what other places do people like and why do they like them? Yeah,
I mean, you see a lot about the main touristy places, don't you? But other ones that are coming up, it's really interesting.
Yeah. And then like specific little towns that maybe you hadn't heard of as well. Like, you never know. I know. We'll see. We'll go through all the information.
We'll get a bit more. So if you see one of those on Facebook, give me that answer. Give us a reason why as well. And then we can create an episode about that.
Yeah, because there was one of those ones that you did was tell us your why, not just location. It's like why.
And there were some really nice and good responses. There were some obvious ones, but there were some others that weren't so obvious. Well, good. And the food one I thought was really good. It was so funny because I won't give any of it away, but I gave an example of what I like, and then somebody else put something else. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was my one. And there was loads. That wasn't just once. That was loads of time. And what it's made me realise is that Spanish food is based on its ingredients rather than spices.
Yeah.
So like if you generalised and said I like curry, you'd be legitimate in saying that because it's mainly spices and it's very slightly dependent on heat. But with Spanish food, there are significantly different tastes.
Yeah.
And it's not just they all taste the same because they have a certain ingredient.
And like a real variation as well.
Oh, really good. Anyway, so that was my week. Now, what about your week, Catherine? What have you done this week, Catherine?
Yeah, well, mine was just a bit of an annoying kind of work week. Editing the podcast was so much fun. Some weeks it's just more difficult than others, and it feels like that's the only thing that you've done that week, because your mind is consumed with getting it right. But not just a normal week, as you say, it's been lovely weather, so it's been back out and about, so out on walks, going out with Max and all that kind of thing. But just a normal enough week for me, really.
Yeah, but it does help when the weather's like this, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Makes a big
Even if it's just like sitting out on the balcony with my book for half an hour in the sun.
Yeah, that really awkward decision of should I put a jacket on or not? You're like, I don't know now, because I'm in the house. I think, oh yeah, I need a jacket. Go outside, I'm bright red, I'm sweating.
Yeah, it's that time of year, isn't it? Where it's like, yeah.
I mean, there were people on what day were we on Tuesday? I think it was Sunday. The beach was packed. There were loads of people on the beach. Like, we can't be that warm in the sea.
No.
Well, anyway, there were people in the sea.
In the sea.
Yeah, but it was English half term, wasn't it, last week?
Yeah, I
And
guess.
I think there was a lot of kids
from.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And from what I can see from people that I know in Ireland and people, I think people with Dublin Airport did a post on social media about the sun coming out in Dublin. So I think it's been particularly bad. Yeah. It was really funny. It was that, from Jurassic Park, the start of Jurassic Park, where they turned their heads around because it's the first time they've seen the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
It was that, but it was the sun coming out in Dublin.
Yeah, fair enough.
It made me laugh a lot. I was like, all right, well, there must be bad over at the moment. And then I see a lot of people saying about listen to people on Instagram, like literally, I don't know where they are anymore now, but has not stopped raining.
Yeah.
So I guess the difference, it feels like summer when they get here, even though it's chilly for us. 26 degrees, like.
Yeah, I'm properly acclimatized now, as in the wrong way around.
Yeah.
As in, I need it to be 18 before I take the coat off.
But I always say that I'm in that weird place in the middle now, whereas I'm too cold when I'm somewhere cold like Ireland, but then still in the summer, I'm not quite built for the heat that we get here in the summer. I'm like in the middle, annoyingly weak either end.
You perhaps need to be slightly further north.
Yeah, you need to be a touch north, yeah.
And it's not as hot in the summer, but
Yeah.
it's slightly warmer than the island in the winter.
I thought we could also have a little quick chat about we did 2 interviews in the last 2 episodes.
Yes.
So I thought we could have just a quick thing of our thoughts or what we took away from the episodes. Want to start with the episode we did that came out today as we're recording it, about living on the golf resorts in Spain.
Yeah.
We interviewed Carl, so that was really good. He came on and spoke about golf resorts in Spain.
Yeah.
And it was an interesting one, wasn't it?
Yeah, because we felt that it was something perhaps a little bit different, particularly for English people and Irish people.
Yeah,
perhaps not for Americans.
No.
But yeah, so that was that one.
Yeah.
We'll see how it's taken.
Yeah, so far so good. People are interested in the topic at least anyway. So we'll see how long they listen to it for. But it was good. It was good, yeah. And in it, when we were talking about it, we asked the question, and it wasn't really an answer at the time, but since I've looked it up, and we were talking about where are the best locations in Spain if you did want to live in a golf course. And of course, we're based in Murcia, so the ones we spoke about a lot were in Murcia. And of course, I think Costa del Sol is well known for the golf courses there. And then, of course, I was thinking afterwards, Mojaca is a nice little area as well now.
Yeah,
you said that as well.
Yeah.
Of course, the Costa Blanca, there's lots there in Costa Blanca, of course. And there are in Madrid. It was one of the questions I had during the episode was, are there golf courses that you can live on in Madrid? And there are not as many as there are here on the coast.
I wonder if as they're building golf courses, now they've become more residential than they ever used to be, perhaps. It might be everywhere when they start to do.
Yeah. So that was good. Yeah. And then we also did a conversation, and because on that one we don't have an intro because we did it remotely. So it's just going to be straight into the video. So we interviewed a family an American family who are based in Zaragoza.
Yeah.
So that's cool as well.
That's great, because that is a city you wouldn't automatically think of.
No.
I think, anyway.
No, I definitely wouldn't. No.
So that was good. And we've been. Yeah. So we knew a little bit about it. Went for a day. It's good.
Yeah, it was good to hear.
There'll be some more about that, won't there?
Yeah.
Do some more like that to get, to try and get some different cities and different places to live in Spain.
And it was cool because they actually had 2 children as well. So there's a lot of conversation about schools and what they've done to, how to find the right school for their family life and things like that. So that was.
It was really interesting why she said that her opinion had changed, hasn't it?
Yeah.
How she was into, thinking about homeschool and everything, and then sort of realised how important public education was.
Yeah.
It's very good.
It was really good, yeah. And obviously hearing about Zaragoza as well, what the climate is actually like, how connected it is. So it was a good episode. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I did. Very good.
Anyway, we're diving into St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day. Let's dive into St. Patrick's Day.
Okay. So, well, first up, we have to start, especially because of where we're located and because I will be going, is that the biggest parade in Europe, outside of Ireland, of course, happens just up the road from where we record, in a place called, I always say Cabo Roig, but it's actually pronounced Cabo Roig. Like it's
Is it?
an
I
SHE.
didn't know that. I didn't
Because
know
it's
that.
like Valenciano, it's not Castellano.
Right.
It's a different language, but I think
Call that the wrong name for 20 odd years.
too. It was when I worked in a secondary school as like the language assistant or whatever, because they wanted someone who was native English for a year. And so they wanted me, because I was Irish, they wanted me to do a presentation on St. Patrick's Day and how it's celebrated in Ireland, blah, blah. And I was like, and do you know where one of the biggest parades is? And I was like, Cabo Roig. And they were like, where?
Huh?
Where? Cabo Roig? Just up the road. Yeah, and that was like crickets.
Wow.
Nothing. And then the teacher was like, I think they might know it was Cabo Roig. And I was like, oh, sorry. So, I mean, it's
Ooh,
not
maybe
different.
you just said that,
Anyway.
so he was talking about it. Lasagna. Yeah, lasagna.
Yeah, but the one before Lasagna, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cabo Roig. And it's not far from here. Costa Blanca, that would be more than, it's Costa Blanca.
Costa Blanca, yeah. Well, it's the South Costa Blanca.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the first times I came over, I sold furniture from the UK to sell in Spain. And I was with Jeff, and we stayed in a Lasagna hotel. I went to Paddy's Point, and that was like the original Irish bar in that area,
Yeah,
and still is.
still
I mean,
is.
very good Irish bar,
It's a great.
very popular. And we were there. Oh, that was so fun. We were on Guinness and Jameson.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, very
Lasagna
good.
hotel is nice as well.
Yeah.
But yes, so the parade that happens in Cabo Roig is really, it's just all the businesses just get together there and they created this. It's really good, a really nice parade, and it's like thousands of people go. Was it around?
Well, so this year it's on the 15th, starting at 3:00, and they're expecting in excess of 30,000 people.
Yeah.
And how big the area is itself, I mean, that is a massive turnout for an area that big, isn't it?
If you want to have a look at it, you're not going to be able to go because you're maybe not living in Spain yet, or you're not in this area of Spain. You can look up on YouTube. You can see, because it really is just cramped in this small kind of area. It's like up the road and down the road.
Yeah, it's like how do you describe it? Really, it's like a massive sort of what do you call it? Circuit, really.
Circuit,
It's
yeah.
a natural circuit, a main road, and then a road at the back that effectively creates a big circle with all bars and restaurants in the middle of it, but an automatic circle. So it just makes it a really good place to do. It's not, it's not a long stretch, is it? It sort of comes back on itself, and you end up where you started really easily. So that's probably why it's been so successful.
Yeah. And they used to always hold it on St. Patrick's Day, but now they do it on the weekend closer to St. Patrick's Day, because obviously, in Ireland, it's a bank holiday, so you have to day off and everyone goes to the parade. But over here, obviously, it's not a bank holiday. You're going, and so if you're working, you can't go to the parade.
Yeah.
So they've moved it to the weekend.
Yeah, I was looking at it on there, so they explained that.
Yeah.
They say it's on this day because of the children and everybody can be involved in it, whereas if it was midweek, it would be more difficult.
Yeah. And I think there was a couple of years where it was still held on St. Patrick's Day. It was in the middle of the week. Maybe it wasn't great weather and there wasn't a great turnout, but at the weekend, then everyone can go. But not only for everyone can go, more people can actually partake in the parade. So you see a lot of Spanish people getting involved. So because it's so close to Carnival, you see a lot of them in the parade as well. And it's made it much better and much bigger as well. So it's really good. So so March 15th, and Sunday, that is, at 3 p.m. it usually is. They haven't put a time up on their Facebook yet, but it's always 3 p.m. it starts at.
On the Facebook as well, and it might be a little bit late when this goes out, but they always have help wanting volunteers to help with it.
Yeah.
So if you go on the Facebook page, there's a phone number that you can contact if you can help in any way.
Yeah.
It's quite good.
And if you want to join in, and the people who organize it always explain that even though, it maybe doesn't seem like something that takes a lot of organizing, they actually start it like months and months in advance. So like if you want to go in it for next year, like just contact them soon. Maybe not now because they're a bit busy.
They're really busy now. Probably next week.
After.
Yeah.
Soon after. But yeah, so it's huge. It's really good. And it's really nice to have something like that nearby, because it is like one of the times of the year where I feel sad that I'm not in Ireland.
Yeah.
I miss Ireland. And it's so nice to go up there, and you're surrounded by Irish people usually. Well, it'll just be all nationalities. And that's another lovely thing that I love about the one in Cabo Roig, that it's like, it's not exclusive. Like, it's everyone celebrating Ireland all together. It's British people and Irish people and Spanish people, of course, just all nationalities. And they're all like, even sometimes the people who aren't Irish are even more dressed up than the Irish people are themselves. Like,
when you were in Ireland, did you go to Dublin, or did you have local, St. Patrick's Day locally, or what did you do?
Well, I'm from Dublin, so we always went to
because that's something we're talking about 30,000 being a lot, but they reckon it's about 500,000.
Yeah, it gets close to 1 million. Their figures is usually close to 1 million, but I mean, Dublin city centre is quite a long route around Dublin city centre. So, and it's great that because I actually quite like the fact that the parade in Cabo Roig now is not on St. Patrick's Day officially, because I like watching the St. Patrick's Day parade on the RT player.
Right.
I watch it and I'm a little upset.
Will that be on St. Patrick's Day then?
That's always on St. Patrick's Day. So it's bank holiday. Everyone's off, unless you work in hospitality, and of course you're not off. It's the busiest time of the year.
You're dressed in green and orange when you're not. Yeah.
You're doing nothing but 4 pints of Guinness, basically. That's what you're doing. Although one of my favourite St. Patrick's Days was working it.
Yeah.
I worked it in Madrid.
Well, I think that's always when I was at university. I worked in the bar where all the events were. Raise you, and wherever we raise you, simply made everything. Well, best place to be behind the bar, because you're facing the stage, and you can just watch it.
You can get a drink as quick as you want.
Drink whenever you want.
That's a queue. But it was great fun, and because I worked in it's the biggest Irish bar in Madrid, second biggest Irish bar in Spain. So all the local media, like big Spanish stations, all came to the bar that I worked in, and they were filming all the people celebrating St. Patrick's Day in Spain, and it was just brilliant. Like, it was so good. But yeah, so I do like watching the parade in Ireland, though, to get back to that. And but yeah, we always went to the one in Dublin when I lived in Dublin. We went, of course, every year. And in fact, I didn't even live that far from the city centre, so it was pretty handy for us to get to, because you had to go, of course.
So that's the 18th, then, is it?
17th.
That's Tuesday.
So St. Patrick's Day is always on.
So you could go to, you could come to this one and then go to that one.
If you wanted, yeah.
If you wanted to,
it's great. I mean, the one in Ireland is insanely good. Like, yeah, so good. And it's just gotten huge over the years.
Is it a bit like sort of New Year's in Madrid though? You'd need to have booked everything, like to be able to park, or you wouldn't drive in, would you?
No, because a lot of the streets would be closed off before the parade.
Do you think you'll get in them?
I mean, restaurants, people aren't really restaurants that much on St. Patrick's Day. It's more like pub food, and it's more that kind of a revelry, you might say. And of course, you don't really have to book anywhere. It's just that it will be everywhere in the city centre of Dublin will be packed. And almost every year will have something on, like here as well. So like a lot of places, we won't be able to mention them today because we maybe don't know about them. But like, for example, Annie's Bar in Dublin, she has two different events on. Yeah, she has two singers on, like earlier in the day and later in the day, and there'll be places like that everywhere.
I mean, anybody that calls themselves that, anybody that's got a kind of Guinness will probably do something.
Try to do.
In Ireland, though, I know we shouldn't really talk about Ireland, but will they, will there be a big one in Cork? Will there be in the other cities?
It's like a carnival in Spain. You've got the big main one in Dublin, and a lot of people come from, of course, different places in Ireland to take part in the one in Dublin. In fact, so many people come from the United States to take part in the one in Dublin, and from other countries they come to take part in the one in Dublin. But then you will have, in your own little town, you will have your own St. Patrick's Day parade, and then in different areas you always see them. They do it quite well though, so they do time it so maybe afternoon, evening. So people can do both, But then people who maybe don't want to travel into Dublin Centre to go and see the parade, they don't have to, because there'll be one in their town. But then people who want to go and still go to the one in the town, they can as well. So they're timed around it, like satellite parades almost, Yeah, so we said it there, didn't we? About the 3 p.m, March 15th, St. Patrick's Day. I'm still saying Cabo Roig, I'm sorry. That's how I pronounce it now. And yeah, it was really packed. And I would say for the one in Cabo Roig, you definitely have to go up there early as well.
Yeah.
Couple of hours at least, I would say.
Because the rugby's on as well that day.
Yeah.
So that means the bars will be full with people just for that, never mind the thing. So it's going to be busy.
Yeah. If you want to get a place that where you can sit outside and see the parade, have a few drinks, well,
Go for breakfast.
Go for breakfast.
Effectively, reserve your table and sit there and spend your money in that bar.
Yeah, if like me, you're going because you're just going maybe to see the parade and you just want to watch the parade with your kids, you're going to want to get a good spot at the path so they can see the parade properly. Although you see it quite well anywhere, to be honest. And then they have, last year was the first year I noticed it, but it could have been there before, but I don't think so. Like an outdoor bars so that you could like set up so you could get drinks without having to go into the bars, which was good. So I like stopped there and got a couple of drinks and went up and sat on the path with Max because he's just really interested in seeing the parade, not having a load of drinks. Yeah. But from Cabo Roig then we moved to Madrid, which is possibly the second biggest event in Madrid, in Spain, for St. Patrick's Day. But they're trying to make it bigger. I mean, the parade. So you can see that it's getting bigger and bigger every year. The largest population of Irish people, expats in Spain, Irish expats in Spain, are in Madrid. There's a big Irish community in Madrid. And you can notice that when you live there. And it is something I do miss about Madrid a little bit. Because there's a lot of Irish people there and they create a little community. But in that way that Irish people do, it's like, it doesn't feel like they're keeping other people down. You know what I mean?
A welcoming community.
You know, it's a little bit, it feels open, it still feels very Irish, but also feels very Spanish at the same time. And there is that relationship between Irish people and Spanish people. We're very similar.
Catholicism.
This is where they are about families.
Big families,
and a lot of links in the history as well, which we'll come to later on. But yeah, I just always felt that community, that relationship between Ireland and Spain, you feel it a lot more in Madrid. I know because when I was researching this, I was like, there's the most amount of Irish people in Madrid, and that's the reason why. But yeah, so there's like sheets and sheets of things that go on in Madrid.
Yeah, but they've only come about really recently, though.
Yeah.
But that was a little bit of a concern that we were talking about doing this episode. Well, obviously 3 months ago. So, but at the time there wasn't a lot about, was there?
No.
It's all come about now.
Yeah.
Like this past couple.
I mean, they even said that information wasn't going to be out until the 3rd of March. But I just randomly checked on it yesterday, just thinking, hopefully. And there it was, it all printed off. And I was like checking the date a million times. I was like, no, it definitely says 2026. So in Madrid, right. So the biggest parade outside of Ireland in Europe happens in Cabo Roig. But for the amount of things on, Madrid would have to win, right? There's there's so much on. So you've got like the Irish Dancing Society doing things. You've got literary talks. You've got Gaelic football on. There's a lot of Irish dancing. You've got
600 pipers in the procession.
Oh, so you've jumped at the parade, have you? Yeah.
Oh, that.
I was just trying to go through
other activities.
Other events,
because the important thing with that is it's not St. Patrick's Day, it's Ireland Week.
Ireland Week is so cute.
10 to the 17th.
Yeah. So this is in collaboration with the Irish Tourism Department. That's why it's so big. So they effectively created this with Madrid, of course, and it's called La Semana de Irlanda. So Irish Week, the Week of Ireland. So if you're looking it up on social media, that's what it's titled as. It's not titled as St. Patrick's Day in Spain or St. Patrick's Day or anything like that. It's called Semana de Irlanda. And then they'll have like San Patricio or St. Patrick's and Margaret's. So then you go, so then you've also got like learning Irish. So the Celtic Cafe, where is it? Collins Irish Tavern in Madrid. If you're in Madrid listening to this, it's on Calle de Sagasta 26 at 7 p.m. And so you can learn Irish, so Gaelic. It's very cute. I thought it was really sweet. And then
but that's hard when you've got a few Guinnesses.
Oh my God. You'd need a couple of Guinness.
You need two to sort of get you sort of into it. Well, then you wouldn't know anything.
There's a lot of literary things. What else have we got? Ceramic in Ireland. There we go. making Irish things. We've got like food tasting. I imagine some alcohol tasting there as well. It wouldn't be very Irish if it was no alcohol taste. Got
Irish dancing, that one.
Irish dancing.
Irish dancing. You can learn. Michael Flattery.
Yeah.
He's called. Yeah.
Michael Flattery.
That's it.
You've got Irish dancing. It looks like almost every day. You've got Irish dancing, and then you've got exhibitions, and then you've got lots of bands on stuff as well. But then, as Paul was talking about, they have the St. Patrick's Parade. They're doing theirs on Saturday the 14th of March in Madrid. And so just to highlight, all these activities start today, the day this is released, which is March 10th, I think, isn't it? Yeah. March 10th. And they go up until what is St. Patrick's Day in Ireland, March 17th. So there's a week of events on, and everything I've read so far is in Madrid. And you can find these, I'll put a link in the show notes where you can click on it and it'll bring you to this page, these pages of things that I have here. And you can find whatever one you want, because they have times. Some of them you have to buy tickets. Some ones you have to just register, but they're free. So there's links to everything. But yeah, so we're back to the St. Patrick's Day Parade. So it's 5 o'clock in Madrid on Gran Via on the Saturday, the 14th of March. And then what were you going to say about it? Sorry, the amount of pipers?
There's 600 pipers in there.
Yeah.
I'm not keen on pipers, to be honest.
That would be loud, wouldn't it?
It would be very loud, yeah.
But
600 of them.
You think of it in relation to Gran Via, though, the noise would
I mean, if it's full of people, they won't be too bad. 600 in your bedroom, it's been a lot. I'm guessing they're quite good at it, which is better. When you get a bad piper, I don't think they're doing well.
But yeah, every year you see them. Like, I think they want to make that the
makes sense,
the biggest.
It makes sense.
But I love the one in Cabo Roig that just randomly became the biggest. Like, it just grew and grew and grew. Yeah. And now it's like...
There's some big Irish families, isn't there?
Yeah.
They sort of started that area of development in the Kamatsky. They started that area's development.
And also, you can notice it around the Cabo Roig area. There's maybe more Irish than British people in that area, or maybe it's maybe 50-50. But you can notice there's more Irish people there than other areas. Let's say. Yeah. I notice it more when I'm up there. I hear the accents a lot more. Yeah. But Madrid is not finished.
Oh, Madrid's not finished.
After the parade, so on Sunday you've got a race, St. Patrick's Day race, in Retiro Park. You've got a ceilidh, which is Irish dancing, in Plaza Callao. Then you've got another race, another place in Madrid. So
you get good use out of your Guinness hat and your Irish shirt. So you get a lot of good use out of it.
Definitely will. Basically, you've got lots of concerts, lots of Irish dancing, races, GAA, literary things. And this is one of my favorite things, right? So there's a really famous churros place in Madrid. I think it's the oldest churros place in Spain.
Right.
I can't remember what year it opened. Anyway, they do green churros
for
St. Patrick's Day. And then last year, I don't know if they'll be there this year, but last year there was a U2 tribute band, but they look like them. Yeah. And so they put loads of stuff on social media and everyone was like, is that Bono? Is that really Bono? And he was having the green churros as well. So it's very cool. So it's San Ginés, that's the Chocolateria San Ginés. And they are...
that would be quite busy, by the sounds of it.
It would be very busy,
There's that many people then.
Yeah.
Even if it's just 600 pipers, it's still a long queue.
Yeah, but very cool. I love it. And you can look them up, Chocolateria San Ginés, and you can see it's a gorgeous spot as well. Really nice. Yeah. More Irish dancing, more concerts, etc. Anyway, I'll put a link to this information so you can see it. Oh yeah, and they light up, which is one of my things I love as well. They light up Plaza Cibeles, which is where Paseo de Castellana comes to the big roundabout in the center of Madrid. Yeah. Plaza Cibeles, where if you like football, Real Madrid celebrate when they win something, which is quite a lot. So they light that up green. And that's, one of many things that get this little green all around the world for St. Patrick's Day. But you're not in Madrid, I hear you say. Fear not, because in Avila, there's also an event. If you look up this Semana de Irlanda, you'll see the other events that take place in other parts of Spain. So this is in Avila. So you've got the Irish travel. I'm not sure what the event is. You'd have to read more music, and it says Irish dancing, basically. Then you've got in Santander, in Cantabria, you've got a St. Patrick's party, which will have music, tradition, and O'Hara's, it says. So I'm guessing O'Hara's is some kind of pub. Or maybe a band, I'm not sure. But that's at 7 o'clock, and that's on, I think it's the 17th.
Yeah.
I think it's the 17th, yeah, so that's there.
Yeah,
Then
it's
you've got,
consideration, that.
it's a company. Then you've got Extremadura in Cáceres. You've got like a Irish cultural, like, jornada, they call it, like open doors or an event. That's the event.
Yeah.
You've got lots in Galicia, in Pontevedra. You've got a Galician Irish St. Patrick Festival. That's happening from the 18th to the 22nd of March. Then in Navarra, you've got, they light up some plaza and some kiosk in green. It doesn't say anything else. Just say it's.
They'll do one that one.
I'd imagine it'd be some kind of a festival type thing, but don't take my word from it. It just says lighting something up green, and it tells the location. So it's the Plaza de Castillo de Pamplona in Navarra, but this have a kiosk. Kiosk usually means something drinkable. You've got something to drink and something to eat. So I'm going to go some kind of celebration. Then, of course, what we spoke about in Cabo Roig and the parade. And then in Valladolid, you've also got music and Irish dancing on March 14th. And that's the Auditorio Miguel Delibes in Valladolid. So stuff happening everywhere. So you can look that up. And that's all the stuff that's in relation to the Irish Tourist Board collaborate.
Yeah.
So that's not even to begin to go into private, like pubs and bars and do their own thing.
I mean, if you've got an Irish pub in your town or village, they'll be doing something. Because I think if they supply Guinness, Guinness supply them with a lot of things.
The hats and
yeah, that's great.
Do you want to say something about Benidorm?
Yes. So Benidorm does have that, obviously. So although it's perhaps not traditionally an Irish place as such, purely Irish, it has several Irish pubs and big ones, and they sell a lot of Guinness. So a lot of the times pubs will be celebrating it, whether they're Irish pubs or not. I mean, they'll be celebrating it, definitely. And also in Elda, the day is marked with educational activities for school children, which is a change.
So cute.
Yeah, so they're having the Guinness there.
I was going to say, kids be trying some Guinness at school.
They probably have. I've tried to make it rather than do it. It's interesting that, because they all seem to be on the north coast, which is obviously the closest coast to Ireland. So is there something in that?
Well, there's a myth that says, that so Gaelic people, they say, are descendants of Noah of the Ark person.
Right.
So this is what they say. And they say that the Gaelic people landed in the north, where Galicia would be, of the north of Iberia, of course. That's what it was called at the time. They built a tower, and from the top of the tower, they saw Ireland, and they went there.
That's a long way. It's gone.
That's
no spectators. That is a really good eyesight. That.
And so then the myth continues, because in Irish myth, you've got the three goddesses, actually not gods, goddesses of Ireland, who were sisters. And you've got, and apparently they all have these powers. And the Spanish people.
What was really good eyesight?
Yeah.
Oh, I really love arms.
And they washed up on the coast of Ireland, and the goddesses let them come on because, I don't know, they could have blown away or something, but they didn't. So they let them come on, and then because they let them come on, this Spanish person said that the eldest sister, who was called Era, or Eru, would now, because of her, she welcomed on, he was naming, I don't know why the Spanish person was deciding he would name the island, but he said he would name the island Era, which is what Ireland is now. But of course, actually, Era stayed around long before the Spanish ever came to Ireland. But that's like the little, a little link that connects. Yeah. And because of that, there is a park in Madrid, I think it's called Brogan, and there's some kind of a monument or a statue or something in Coruña linked to that myth as well, and they light it up green on St. Patrick's Day. So that's kind of where that comes from. But yeah, so you've got in the north of Spain, of course, there is more Gaelic kind of influences up there. So there are lots of connections between Ireland and Spain. the one that I always like to tell people about is that apparently Irish students came across to Salamanca and they introduced football to Spain.
Seriously?
Yeah. This comes up a lot of places. So fact check me if you want. I tried to fact check myself before I started.
When?
I shouldn't. I wrote down the date on the longer bit of information. 50 and something, I think.
Oh, wow.
Long time
Oh,
ago.
that's time ago.
So apparently it was Irish people, Irish students who introduced football to Spain in Salamanca years and years and years ago.
Wow.
Because Irish refugees fled, I won't say so much because you're English, but Irish refugees fled Ireland. I won't go into why, but and they arrived in Spain under Felipe II and III. And so they did lots of things. So they studied, they were priests, of course, soldiers, of course, but also entrepreneur, diplomats, industrial innovators. And one example was Edward Crayon, who helped form, I'm very sorry, Spanish's tax system.
Oh. That's a bit of a letdown. I was enjoying the football. It's his fault, right? You got off it, and I'm going, that works, Cabo Roig.
So when you're paying your taxes.
It's his fault. That's Irish fault. Oh,
And they also built links with the Irish banking system.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's his fault as well.
There's a famous theatre called the Teatro Circo Price, which is also founded by an Irishman in Madrid. And there's a street called Calle de Irlandes, and it's in Madrid as well. And it has like a little Irish decoration on it. So it's quite famous little street. And of course, the big thing that unites Madrid particularly and Ireland is the literature. So you've got very famous Irish writers who spend time in Madrid, like Seamus Heaney and James Joyce. And so therefore, every year on June 16th, they celebrate Bloomsday. So that's named after his main book, Ulysses, the main character in it. And so, but this is Bloomsday celebrated all over the world. Madrid particularly celebrate Bloomsday. So it's like an Irish-Spanish literature.
Very good.
Yeah, there you go.
Sure.
I also want to give a little shout out before I wrap up to Ibernia, are an Irish-Spanish publishing house. They do things in Spanish and English, and there's a lot of stuff about maybe Spanish people who went to Ireland, Irish people who came to Spain. Not all of it, but a lot of it is like that as well. And they do a lot of the organising when it comes to the cultural events and Bloomsday events and things like that in Madrid. And they do as well, like tours and podcasts, like this. So they talk a lot about the Spanish-Irish connection.
There you go. Don't say Spainfully Honest and tell you anything.
There you go. I'll put a link to Ibernia's webpage in the show notes because they're lovely, lovely people. We want to try and get them on the podcast as well.
Yeah.
So I'll reach out to them. They're lovely. It'd be nice to hear about life in Madrid as well.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
So it's not just all about Guinness. It's an important part.
Guinness is an important part for
So it's
sure.
not just
Oh, look, right behind your head. I didn't even plan this. Look, you've got James Joyce's Ulysses right there.
stuff
The
here.
book.
There you go.
So, will you be celebrating St. Patrick's Day this year, Paul?
Yeah, I think so.
What are you
I
going to do?
remember where. We're in Aguilas
Aguilas?
on the 15th, on the Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
Sunday.
Sunday.
And they are very good at celebrating down there.
Oh, yeah?
So I'm sure there'll be something going on.
Oh, cool.
Definitely.
Very good. Well, enjoy St. Patrick's Day, whatever you celebrate it. I know they celebrate it. We've got a lot of people, of course, listening to us from the United States.
Yeah.
And whatever's happened last week, the people in Canada, hello, people in Canada, have shot up. They're listening to the podcast in the last week more than before. So I know they also like to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. But I mean, I think the United States celebrate it more than Ireland nearly these days.
New York's a massive one.
Yeah, lots of. And then where is it that in Chicago where they dye the river green? Anyway, so you enjoy your St. Patrick's Day out
Tell us
there,
what you did.
and we'll enjoy it here. Happy St. Patrick's
Thank you
Day.
very much. Bye.